Welcome back, my 13ies. We are gonna smash through Diablo 3 content now, come up to Christmas. I just made a vow to myself that I'm gonna make more videos for you all. So here we are. Now, what I'm doing today is working with the Necromancer. We are doing an Inarius Lance Corpse build, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is so overpowered. God damn it, it's Season 12. I'm not too sure. I'm not playing a Necromancer in Season 12. I've just been meaning to do this god for a while. I don't know what it's like in the leaderboards, but I'm just going to show you all what damage this thing can do. We'll start with the gear. We're using 6 pieces of the Inarius set, so helm, chest, pants, boots, shoulders and gloves. We're using the Traveler's Pledge with the Compass Rose there. For our braces, we're using Ancient Path and Defenders. The belt we're using is Dainty's Binding. This is just an amazing belt for survivability. You gain an additional 50% damage reduction whenever there is an enemy afflicted by Decrepify, so obviously we must have the Decrepify curse up, which is no problem. We are using Unity, so obviously we must have Unity equipped on our follower as well, so we can take advantage and actually split the damage that we take between us and the follower. Otherwise, you know, there's no point having Unity equipped. The weapon we're using is Raylena's Shadow Hook. This weapon is definitely nice. The legendary stat is every point of maximum essence increases your damage by 0.5%, and bone spikes generate 5 additional essence per enemy hit. So obviously on the weapon, we also want to make sure that in our secondary there, we've got plus something maximum essence. So we've got 38 there. Make sure that we have plus maximum essence, and that'll increase our essence and obviously increases our damage that much more. So nice there. The gems we're using in the helmet, we've got Diamond Gem there. We're using the Topaz Intelligence Gems in everything else. For our amulet, we're using Bane of the Trapped. The rings, we've got Pain Enhancer and also Mirenay Teardrop of the Starweaver. This definitely works pretty well with this build and gives us some nice heals every now and then as well. Not that I really struggle on Torment 13 with this at all, but if you're going to push Greater Rifts, which I think will be a great thing to do with this build, I think you're going to definitely do well. Survivability is key, and this definitely helps you out a little bit. Moving on to the skills, let's check out skills here. We're using Grim Scythe with Cursed Scythe, Blood Rush with Potency, Corpse Lance with Brittle Touch, Bone Armor with Dislocation, Decrepify with Dizzying Curse, Land of the Dead, Frozen Lands. Passives, Overwhelming Essence, Final Service, Spreading Malediction, and Standalone. Now, Bone Armor is actually ultra important in this. Let's go back and actually look at the set bonuses. Sorry, I forgot to go through this. So for 2 pieces, your Bone Armor damage is increased by 1000%. So whatever we're near, when we activate Bone Armor, we're going to damage those enemies. So definitely handy already. For 4 pieces, you get Bone Armor grants an additional 2% damage reduction per enemy hit. So it gives us survivability damage reduction. That's great. For 6 pieces, Bone Armor also activates a Swirling Tornado of Bone, damaging nearby enemies for 1000 weapon damage and increasing the damage they take from the Necromancer by 3750%. That's huge. So Bone Armor is absolutely massive, and I'm going to show you in a second, once we get through all of these little nitty-gritty bits, how it actually works and how much damage it does. Obviously, we're going to look into Canis Cube. Let's have a look into Canis Cube here. For the weapon, we're using trag'oul's Corroded Fang. For armor, the Corpse Whisperer Pauldrons, and for jewelry, Crispin's Sentence. Paragon points are sometimes getting in trouble for not going through. It's pretty basic stuff. Make sure your movement speed is capped at 25%. Everything else, dump it into intelligence. The offense. Depending on what Paragon level you are, obviously, you want to put your points into critical hit chance and critical hit damage, then put it into attack speed, followed by cooldown reduction. As you can see, I'm maxed out, but if you're limited with your Paragon points, you have to do it in a specific order. Just do it in the order that I'm telling you. Defense, we definitely want to go resist all first, then armor, then life, and then life regen. Utility. We want to go area damage, life per hit, resource cost reduction, and then gold find. I guess now the only thing left to do is give you boys and girls a live example. Let's go find some monsters to slay and actually watch this build in action. Alright, basically what we want to do is find a pack, Decrepify Curse that pack, Blood Rush in, activate Bone Armor, and then you either use Grim Scythe to kill off a few, or if you have enough corpses, just use Corpse Lance straight away, and that will kill everything else left there. Rinse and repeat, and it's simple as that. You'll notice that we have Land of the Dead there as well. It has a huge cooldown. It's great to use in a really sticky situation, such as in a Greater Rift, where we've got like a massive pack with elites everywhere. what it does is when you activate Land of the Dead, it makes all of your corpse abilities free, so you can just spam the hell out of corpse lands, which does huge damage, and it definitely will get you out of sticky situations. It does have a huge cooldown, but it does benefit. It's just too beneficial for this build to ignore. We must have it equipped, I think anyway, in the skills. Feel free to vary your builds based on mine however you like. This is just, you know, just a guide from your Uncle Bannick 13. You guys get the idea here. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel. As always, when I do a build video, the set dungeon guide follows soon after, so I will be doing a set dungeon guide really soon for the Inarius set. Until then, subscribing here is always optional. Any support you give your creepy Uncle Bannick 13, Uncle Bannick 13, is greatly appreciated. See you again real soon. I'm gonna keep playing.